made it beat, by the way.
Alright. Just get myself prepared, make sure I'm saying what I'm gonna say right. So alright. Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is another episode of The Corner. This is episode 24. This one's called Jawanna, man. So tonight, this is probably gonna be one of our most controversial topics. Tonight we'll be talking about trans women and women's sports. You know, not necessarily, down or demeaning that. We just want to talk about the subject, just get different opinions and things of that nature on that matter. Because, as a lot of you know, a bill was passed, a law was passed that, would allow trans women to be in women's sports. So, we just want to kind of dive in on that because not everyone has to abide by it. Because even just recently, Arizona? Yeah. Arizona repealed that law. So we just want to kind of get into the subject. We want to make sure we're sensitive about the subject as well because the last thing we want to do is get canceled, right? Right?
We're not going to get canceled.
Sure.
We're not going to get canceled.
Sure.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, okay. Like I said, this is another episode of The Corner, episode 24, entitled Jawanna, man. Yeah. So before we jump into it, I took time, over the week, to kind of research, just kind of get, different people's opinions and whatnot on the matter. So I'm going to read out a couple of them. I'm not going to put any names out there, just for all intents and purposes for what's going on. But I'm going to read through some of them and let y'all kind of know, I guess, what was on their minds. So let me go to the first one. This was from a female viewer. And she said, now this is how she said. She said, I'll start with this before I say why I disagree. She said, because you know how people come for you if you don't get real specific. I have not a single issue with trans people. That's how she worded it, trans people. So she meant as far as trans women and trans men. Just want to kind of put that out there. Mm-hmm. I'm all for people being happy with themselves. However, scientifically, a regular everyday biological male has certain physical strengths that a regular everyday female does not. Mm-hmm. It's just simply not fair. Maybe I'm wrong here, and if I am, then I'm willing to be educated. But it doesn't seem right to me. You still got to have the biological makeup of a male. Even as a trans person, it puts the other biological females at a disadvantage. Mm-hmm. Equality is being hollered at all over the trans community, but this here isn't equal. So, once she said that to me, in a sense, I got what she meant. Because my thing is, with equality, I think people get it confused. And I say that because if there's three people at a fence, one's tall, one's average, one's short, they're all standing on the ground, only one of them's going to see over the fence. Mm-hmm. That's equality. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want real equality, that tall person will still be standing there. That average person might have a little leg up so they can see as well. That short person going to have another leg up to where they can see better. So therefore, they're all equal in that sense. So once she said that's how I kind of translated it because you need to understand what equal means. And with that being said, I'm gonna read one more and then we're gonna jump into the topic. I don't want to hold it up, but I definitely wanted to get people's opinions because the panel was supposed to be a lot larger than this, but hey, we're still growing.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
It is what it is. So I'm gonna read one more. And then I'll probably read some other ones later on as we get into the topic. But someone said, I think they kind of misunderstood what I meant. So they said, 1 second. They said everyone has a right and shouldn't be turned down for personal reasons. And if they're trans, they have rights and they should be able to live life as they please, as human beings and being treated as such. And my rebuttal to that, well, not my rebuttal, but I was just saying, like, that's not the conversation we're having. We're not talking about being treated as human. That's fine. You want to be treated as human, I understand. I got that full fold. But my whole thing is the physicality of it all. If you're a lot stronger than this other person, how's it fair? Mm-hmm. Now, if you're both of the same gender, yeah, okay, you stronger. You put the work in, you became stronger. You did what you had to do. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like, in a sense, it's different if genetically, when you started out, you were a male, you had that testosterone and all that or whatnot. It gives you that advantage. But with that being said, I just want us to move forward and just kind of discuss the topic because, I entitled this Jawanna Man to not only, I guess, be funny. It wasn't to pick fun at anyone, but it was the reality that if you're a trans woman, you were once a man, you transitioned into a woman. As in the movie Jawanna Man, if you ever seen it, it was a man, hey, he lost it in the male league, so he decided to go to women's league and dominate, which he did at first, until he learned and, kind of, worked with the team that he had and whatnot, and it made sense at the time. So we're just going to jump into the topic. I'm done here. I just want to kind of clear the air a little bit, put some things out there, and, get the topic going. So it's my takeaway.
Well, you guys seem like you had some pretty intense preludes. Intense. You were excited, one would say, to bring some things to the discussion. Anybody? You had one you looked up?
Well, me personally, I'm not for it, you feel me? Because like you were just saying and what the female viewer said, it ain't fair, bro. Like, how on earth are you gonna allow, basically, I mean, I know they wanna be seen as, you know what I'm saying, women, but you know what I'm saying, like trans, I just don't understand. I just don't understand how could that even be like possible. How could y'all even be making a law for that to happen? Because like we said, like men are born with more testosterone. Men are born, like, I ain't gonna say stronger, but yeah, stronger. You feel what I'm saying? They grow larger. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how are you gonna allow somebody who was born a man to compete in a women's sport, especially like something like fighting or something like basketball or something like how is that even considered possible? Like,
that was the purpose of having female and male sports in the first place.
True, exactly.
To separate the two, because there is no competition. You're allowing men
to play among women.
To play with women.
Because, I look at it like this as well because, I feel like women fought so hard to get it to where they could have their own, they could, dominate with their fellow, female peers and things of that nature. And then let me use the right word for this, to jump in and be like, hey, now I'm a woman, I want to be a part of what y'all had going on, but this was something they fought for. So to fight for that, and then you have a trans woman come in that used to be a male and come in and dominate, and it's like, what's going on? Now you're getting, now you top tier, and I gotta fight extra hard just to get where you at, and that's an issue.
Facts.
Sure. Yeah. Pretty sure we all feel that way on this panel. Like, I feel like we're beating a dead horse on that. But you said you looked up an athlete that was.
See, I was thinking about saying the name, but
don't say it.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get sued or anything like that. But I was looking up an athlete, you know what I'm saying, and they were a professional like MMA fighter, and like their record, pretty solid record. They only had about 6 fights and 5-1, but the fact that these guys literally allowed a trans woman to come in here and beat the shit out of like female fighters. Like, I ain't gonna say beat the shit, but yeah, like you let a man come in the ring and like literally
sport, man.
Like put a walloping on these females, and I'm like, how? Like a walloping, like come on, man. You literally let a man hit a female, basically. In my eyes, you literally just let them come in, beat the brakes out these women, and then yeah, I won. Like, duh. Like, what's going on? Like,
Yep.
But you know, but what I found from that was going in, some women didn't know, and then some women did know, but they just was like, you know, this ain't gonna change me. I can go here and, you know, dominate and 5-1. That's all I'm
Hey,
saying.
5-1. Shoot, that one female that took her out must have been, boy.
It'd be scrappy.
Boy, I'm telling you, boy.
Had to.
Bobbing and weaving, sticking and moving. You feel what I'm
Pick and
saying?
pop the whole
Hey,
book.
like, just come on, dog. Like, jeez.
And then my thing is, it's not to say there's not any strong women out there. There's plenty of strong women out there. We get
True, yes.
We get that. I've seen some strong women go against smaller women than them and dominate. I get that. But she was a woman. I'm just gonna say that. She was a woman. She did the work. She got built up to a certain point where she was going through dragging. You know, essentially. You know, but I guess my issue in a sense, just say if I'm a man, you know, I'm in a sport, whatever, I'm probably like at the bottom of my league. You know, I'm not the top dog, I'm just at the bottom or whatever, and I decide, you know what, I bet you if I go over here, I could dominate. And I guess that's where, for me, I kind of see the issue. My thing is, you know, you saying, hey, I want to do this, that, and the third, but you go and dominate, you getting these trophies and things of that nature, whatever. It's like, but let's be honest, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and then for me, or Kelsey, you could probably answer this for me, I feel like this law is more so catered to the trans woman than it is the trans man. And I say that because if you take a trans man, you put him in a sport with men, he might not be as strong as the other ones. You know, they might, you know, be dragging him through the dirt or whatever have you, or, you know. So I just, with that being said, like, how does that translate?
I would agree, because it seems like a lot of trans women are fighting for equality with, I guess, women's rights, more so than trans men. And
True.
so
Yeah, there you go. Different perspective.
Yeah.
you see a lot of them trying to fight for the whole bathroom thing. They fight for more rights than
Transmit.
So it's like, who's really the allies? Like,
If a trans man was to take steroids, you feel what I'm saying? You know, beef up in the gym, then who knows, man?
I mean, but that,
They
like I
might
said, but that's to my
claim-
point. Like, there's some strong women out there. You know,
But then they would have to work at it. But see, a trans woman naturally
It's already
is already
on top
already
of it.
got that
is
strength.
stronger
you feel
and
me?
faster.
So really, all I need to do is just perfect this craft, and I'm about to
Which
go
makes it
ahead
even
and dominate.
even more
In
unfair.
a sense of like basketball or something like that, or you know, like I know they
But
got
some
like a
women can
little.
ball though. Like,
And there's women that can. There are women out here who can beat men, but
Yes.
let's be real. If you had a 6'8" woman and a 6'8" man, like okay, let's say if you had LeBron James, he's what 6'8", 6'9", 250 pounds, and you got Brittany Griner, she's like 6'8", probably. You know,
Like
maybe
like 220 or
like
something.
220 or something like that. Let's be real. LeBron James is gonna go in there and give her the work. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like Scope probably be 100 to fucking like 25. You
I
feel
don't
me?
think
Like
125.
come on, bro. I put it as in.
Give a little more credit
Griner's
than that.
fine.
She fine, but come on,
she ain't
bro.
no
LeBron
freak.
James, bro.
That is a
Like,
freak.
LeBron.
I mean,
Oh, don't
yeah,
let
I
it be
guess-
make it take it.
Yeah.
Don't let it be make it take
It's
it,
over with.
bro. Like
But
that.
then again, I mean, with that being said, we can't really say anything because we never see her go against, you know, men in a sense.
Don't get me wrong.
Not
I
professional.
seen videos of I forgot her name, but she's a professional WNBA player. She was giving dudes the work. You feel me? But these dudes wasn't her height. You feel me? But you know, she was probably more skilled than them. She was giving these dudes the work.
I saw that.
But let it have been somebody in the NBA.
Yeah.
You think it would have been like that? No, they would. Shoot, let it. Shoot, you can pick. Sorry if I'm like this is gonna make them mad or anything like that. But if you put PJ Tucker out there, we know PJ Tucker ain't the best player in the NBA. He's just a defensive specialist type dude who can shoot the three, corner three and stuff. But you put him out there on her, different story. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Different skill sets too, though.
True, but still, like, bro, that's not fair. Nah, dog, I'm not for it. It's not fair. It's just not fair. I may just be speaking in the sense of, I'm thinking more like in the sense of like basketball or something like that. But hell, if you look at it, football too, man, like, nah, bro. Like, you put, like, if there was a professional women's football league, I know they got like a lingerie league.
No,
I'm not
they
sure.
actually got an actual.
And I know there's probably some professional rugby teams out there with females, straight females and stuff.
Yeah.
You put a trans woman out there, meaning, if those who don't know, you put a trans woman out there, a man who has transitioned to a woman, and you know what I'm saying, she's out there, you know what I'm saying, bench pressing, all this stuff, getting stronger, you know what I'm saying. You put her out there in a rugby match, it's a rap. Who tackling her? Nobody. Like, stiff hard, like dragging these women through the mud. And I'm not trying. Nah, dog. Nah, dog.
So I'm gonna say this. So I don't know if y'all have heard. Like, I was watching a press conference, whatever. It was between this guy and this transgendered ambassador woman. So I've been told that, you know, their whole thing is, hey, what if we can catch them at a young age and take those quote-unquote hormones and whatnot away? So basically just getting them before they hit that stage to where they get them. And then, you know, my next question was, so if a boy was to transition into a girl at a young age like that and not have those hormones per se, and then try out for a women's sport or whatnot, how would that go down? Because if technically he doesn't have those hormones anymore, would he be at the same advantage as them?
Man, what?
I got something.
Wow, about to say, man, what you mean about a young age, though? Bro?
Yeah,
like,
no. I mean, that's what's been said.
At that point,
That's what they
honestly,
said.
like, what age are you talking about? Because you talking about a young age.
12.
No, not
we
even.
talking about before preteen.
See, yeah,
But
I got something to say about that.
That's actually happening.
Yeah, no kid should be thinking about option like that. They can hardly remember what they had for breakfast. Why am I putting that type of pressure on what kid?
You know, right now that is the world today in 2021. I'm not saying I condone that, but that is definitely something that's happening.
But I'm saying, what are y'all saying? Like, y'all thinking what? Like, kids at like 5 or 6 or something like that gonna come up to you and be like, hey, you know what? But I don't even want to be a little girl no more. I don't even want to be a little boy.
You see it in media. It's all influence.
It's already pushed. It's already pushed on the child at this point, because at this point it's timing, like, we're not gonna call babies. We're gonna call them something else or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we're not gonna call them boy or girl. I mean, that's starting to become the new norm now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to normalize it and make it seem like it's okay. If you want to do that, do that.
It's like,
you don't have to encourage it.
Yeah.
You don't have to encourage it.
Because, you know, I mean, you know, like y'all said, you know, a child's mind is young. You know, a child's mind needs to develop. So,
Facts.
you know,
Facts.
You know, go ahead.
Oh, well, I'm saying, like he said, they don't naturally think that.
Yeah.
They're being encouraged, that it's being normalized, so it's being put in their heads. So why would a child want to change gender? Like, what reason would that be?
And even then, they may think that now, but by the time they turn 17, they'll probably change their mind.
Right, that's a life-changing decision.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave that up to a child?
Yeah, I've heard some stories of people that made the transition at a young age, and now they regret it. You know, I would like to, you know, sit back and listen to their story. Like, what was the reason you decided you want to change? Was it because it was in your face, or because of something that you actually thought of on your own?
Yeah, and then it's
like, you thought you was probably like if you was born a boy, you probably thought you was a girl this whole time, and vice versa. If you was born a girl, you probably thought you was a boy this whole time. But in retrospect, bro, you ain't technically. It ain't never gonna happen. Like, if you was born a girl, it ain't no way you ever gonna develop no sperm to even have a child. Vice versa, if you was born a dude, you ain't never gonna have no egg inside your body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or no ovaries, no uterus, none of that.
You actually can get uterus
I was about to say.
Oh, you can get uterus implants now.
Oh, wow.
You can get an implant, but a man's body isn't physically built for that. Like, I was looking at something as far as like the woman's rib cage and things of that nature. It's built to expand. It's built for that. A man's rib cage, or, you know, his body itself is not.
So all that surgery, you removing ribs and all that, you really going through all of that.
So then
I mean, but a lot of people are willing to do that. And I say that,
So then menstruals will happen too?
Well,
like cycles will happen too?
I don't know.
I wouldn't think it
sure
would.
Okay.
I didn't study that.
I do know. I've seen full-term pregnancies and stuff come out of it though.
Yeah.
Like they get a uterus put in, get pregnant and all that, and then have the baby. I don't know what happens after that. Like, but
it's gotta be a C-section.
And someone actually had a baby?
They've actually, yes.
It's gotta be a C-section because I'm pretty sure if a man's
rib
cage ain't ever be able to expand, I'm pretty sure the pelvic region down there ain't able to open up like a female.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but we don't know that. I would be interested to find out more about that. But we don't know.
Doctor on the set. That's what we need.
No,
they got the money enough yet for all
yeah,
that.
when
we get there, you know, hey, odds, whoever we go
with. You feel me? Like we want to know. You feel? Cause that's it's amazing, but it's like wow.
That way if it were so, it would have been built that way.
I mean, but in this day and age, if you want to be built that way, you can be built that way.
But you know what?
Yeah, but you can't change anything biologically.
No.
Yeah.
Well.
As far as your body
makeup,
body makeup, as far as it functioning with a uterus or a cervix or some ovaries or some eggs, it's not built for that. You can put it in there, but it's not built for that.
And you know what, man? I kind of gotta say, I guess kind of jump back on kids getting the consent. You know, not parents not having the consent for kids to, do their thing. A lot of people done bashed on Lil Boosie for saying what he said about,
Exactly what he said, because I didn't.
Well, I mean, he didn't say nothing outlandish about, about Dwayne Wade's son. Yeah, but, I mean, he basically just said that he's too young to be thinking of wanting to do something. I mean, because he was 13, 14, or something like that?
He's
Young.
She.
Oh, so, yeah, she.
Correct. Yes.
But, now that, she identifies as a girl, and things like that. And I'm just like, I mean, why y'all back? A lot of people that got on Lil Boosie about that, just because he said what he felt. But, parts of me, well, hell, all of me is like, he's right.
It's right.
All of it is like,
let me just be honest. I want to clear the record.
Maybe it's like, Boosie's not wrong.
Maybe they just upset because it's not, how would I put it? It wasn't like, why are you speaking on another man's child? That's not your place type thing. You're speaking on another man's child, like let him raise his kid.
But people speak on things that's not their business all the time.
They do.
You know what I'm saying?
True. And then you still got people out there that like, hey, why you speaking on that? Like, hey, that's what they doing. Yeah, let them do that.
Like the title of the article is about Dwayne Wade.
It's kind of like people want to. It's kind of like some people like, hey, mind your own business type thing. Like,
but it's
they ain't bothering
about
you.
The son.
But mind
it's about
your business.
The son. It's talking about the son.
And it's out
so
there.
That's the topic, right?
Right. Yeah. And it's out there. Everybody's gonna see it. Everybody's gonna. So
and
everybody's gonna
have
talk
an
about
opinion.
it. Yeah. Everybody's gonna have an opinion.
Whether they say it or not, everybody's gonna have their opinion.
Right. But it's kind of it's one of those things where somebody speaks the truth, but nobody wants to hear it.
Yeah.
I think that's what Lil Boosie's his opinions and his backfire of his opinions. Everybody was like, oh, you don't have no right to whatever. Fine. But it doesn't take the fact that Zion or Zion? Something like that. It's something like that. But yeah, 12 years old.
So let me get back into
13-year-old, making big grown adult decisions like that.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
So
let's get back into the sports aspect of it. I had somebody else tell me that I asked her what her input was about it because I put up a post, saying, do you think, of course for the topic, do you think a trans woman can, be in a woman's sport? And her rebuttal to me was, she was like, my daughter is very athletic, and I don't think it's fair to her to have to compete with females for certain positions, then have to turn around and compete with a male for the same position. She said that defeats the purpose for having a WNBA versus NBA and having baseball versus softball. She said, I think although they may identify as a certain thing, when she's talking about either male or female, they should be labeled as whatever gender they were born with. She said, I'm all for trans and gay community, but some things should just be handled a certain way. She said, that's just like, bathrooms. Although I'm comfortable using the bathroom with a transgender, person, whether it be male or female, I'm not okay with exposing my children to it. She said, I want to give them a chance to experience things and decide how they want to feel about it. For example, my daughter loves JoJo. And a lot of y'all know JoJo is a young child actor or singer. She said, I haven't mentioned it to her, that, she's gay or whatever. And she said, she just want her to have, she want her to be able to come to her and, hey, mommy, what's going on with her? And which I, as a parent, I kind of get, at the end of the day, I don't feel like a lot of stuff should just be thrown at my child. Let my son decide if that's what you want to be. Because, like, I'm the type of father, I'm the type of person, like, my son will come to me like, Dad, this is what I want to do, but that's what I want to do. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out why you want that or whatever. And have that conversation versus down or dogging my son out. Nah, you can't do that. That's gay and all that stuff, whatever. I don't want to do that with my son because the more I hit him with that, the more he going to draw away from me. I want my son to be comfortable talking to me. I want my son to be able to, explain that to me and we just decide, what's the next steps. Right. But, I definitely get what she's saying when she says that, because I just see some things like as far as certain sports, like you said, we talk about football. I just don't see, a trans man getting out there. I don't see a trans man being able to really compete because it's just like you have to do so much just to compete, and then, someone told me, they was like, nah, if that's how that person really feel, they're going to put that work in, they're going to continuously do what they have to do to keep that body up, if that makes sense, but that was my little tidbit.
Hey man, you never know, man. There's probably women out there with a hell of an arm when it comes to throwing a football and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, they
had some high school.
You feel me? They hit them weights and they train hard. Who knows? NFL quarterback, you never know, man. Shoot, like it's possible. You feel what? It is possible, but like it's
being abused on the other end with
it's
trans
not what's
women.
supposed to happen. To be why?
It's only in favor of trans women.
Yeah.
That's what I was touching on earlier. Like at the end of the day,
so
it's
why
not
not
necessarily
just make a trans league if y'all wanted to do
Well,
that? Make a trans league at that point, because it's a lot of transgender people out here. So if it's that many transgender people out here, and there's that many transgender people out here that like these different sports, hey,
have your own court then.
Well, I don't mean it in that way now, because that sounded like a little prejudice there. But like I'm just saying, like
yes, but no.
But I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? If that's what y'all want to implement, if y'all are trying to make that happen and stuff, like just make a trans league. You feel what I'm saying? For trans men and for trans women. You feel what I'm saying? For them to showcase their skills.
Yeah,
that would be more fair.
Yeah. I agree.
It would be more fair.
Would even
I would just agree.
Well, I agree because they're just being up with just naturally born women that's trying out with these collegiate sports and things like that. That's a whole lot. That's potentially a lot of scholarships being lost. Going to the other. You know what I'm saying? Going to trans women instead of the women that work hard since a kid to collegiate level, and just just for just for it to be stripped away from you. It's if I was in that position, I would be really upset.
Exactly.
Because I've put my blood, sweat, and tears behind this sport, and then I lose it to
someone who was really born like a man. Like, sorry
and
to be
that's
so
still
blunt about it. Like, if colleges see that Sarah Johnson is averaging like 10 points, 8 rebounds, she's 6'4", you know what I'm saying? But then they see Stephanie goddamn Miller, who was born Steven, you feel me? And he's 6'4" too. Well, she's 6'4" too, but she's averaging like 20 points and 15 rebounds. She's brawling out there, you feel
real
me?
go-getter.
They go, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna pick, you know what I'm saying, Stephanie. Stephanie Miller is definitely getting that scholarship.
Yeah, that's a huge gap.
Yeah,
you know, that would be very, you know, that would be unfair. That's about as unfair as it can get, you know, when it comes to that. So you know that's really my concern. You know, and I agree with Silk. You know, there is going to be a I guess a trans league. You know, I think that would be, you know, more of a fair chance for, you know, people alike to compete against each other, you know, different sports and showcase their skills. Yeah, showcase their skills. Maybe there could be scholarships, you know, for that program too. You know, things like that. I think that would be all around fair thing.
Or just let the transgender people play in their rightful league. Like if you was born a male and you turned into a woman, guess what? You in the NBA. Like you still in the NBA, dog. Like,
go get it.
You feel me? Like,
was it like that with prison? Like if you're a trans?
I don't know how they.
I really don't know how that is.
Well, there was one show that loosely covered it. Wentworth.
Wentworth did cover it.
Yeah, there was Maxine.
And then ATL, when they had the transgendered woman in there with the nails.
I think
he was just a man.
Yeah. But no, the other female prison show. Yeah, Orange New Black. So you had a trans woman is there as well. It was just one.
Yeah.
But even still, like, to be honest, when I first watched the show, whatever, I didn't know at first. I was like, oh, you know, like it had to hit me. Like
me too.
Yeah, it had to hit me because I'm looking. I'm like, what? But this is what I have to say about it. You know, as far as y'all saying, you know, maybe, you know, trans men and women should have their own league, which, you know, I'm not gonna say I disagree with, but at the end of the day, I think the whole focus of their goal is to be that. So if I'm transitioning into a woman, I want to be just a woman. If I'm transitioning to a man, I just want to be a man. So I just feel like if you put them in that, and I'm definitely playing devil's advocate because I want to get both sides. But I'm just saying, like, for us to say, hey, y'all should have your own trans league, they feel like, but no, this is what I want to be. This is what I identify as.
But you can't get everything you want.
No, you're right. You're right. But I'm speaking.
Wait. He has a point. So therefore, like, I'm putting this in the trans women thing. You are so good, ma'am, that we don't even want you in the WNBA. We want you to go to the NBA, okay? Because you fine. So come on, you'll be the first woman in the NBA. Yep, you want to identify as a woman? You are a woman. You'll be the first woman to play on the court in the NBA because you just so far that bumped it a WNBA. We know you're gonna set records and blow every team out. Let's just go ahead and take you to the NBA. Like, bump that. Like,
there's many groups of people that want some type of
how?
That's
no,
like
you were just so far.
Are they that spoiled that we give them everything they want? Because it's a lot of different group of people who want some type of equality in some type of situation. Do we automatically get it because we want it? Because we want to, we want to feel like we're part of this. We want to feel equal. We want to feel.
You feel as though there's no plan.
But there's no plan. But when trans people say, okay, we want to feel equal, we want to feel like women, okay, and we're just supposed to accept it.
Yeah, no, there needs to be a plan that follows with that. Like, okay, what are your list of demands of us getting accepted?
Because everybody can't get what they want because it wouldn't even be
everybody
possible.
can't be pleased.
Yeah, because you can't please everybody. So if somebody's gonna be upset about either way it goes.
I just said that Vincent over here in the corner.
We still consider 3/5, right? I mean, that's.
I will say this. I'm gonna say this real quickly. This is off topic, but us as black people, whatnot. Yeah, so people get the misconception. Oh, y'all want to be equal. Now y'all equal and things of that nature. It wasn't about being equal. It was about being treated like we were a person. That was the whole deal. Like, I don't have to be in the same league with you. I don't have to do this, that, and the third. I just want you to respect and treat me as such. Treat me as a human being. I'm not aspiring to be white or anything like that. That's not what I want. I just want the same thing you have. I want the same rights and things you have. I want to be treated like I'm a person. So, and that just goes back to what I said earlier about the whole equality thing. It's not about, hey, I want to do this. even though I'm stronger, it's about equality. If you're going to be equal, then there has to be certain measures put into place for everyone to be equal. Because if not, there's not going to be, there's not going to be anything, there's not going to be any boundaries. Anybody can just do whatever they want to, because we are now living in a cancel culture. And it's hard to say anything that you want to say. And some people relate it to, oh, I love my white heritage or whatever. And, fuck these niggas over here. No, that's not what we talking about. You know what I mean? But I mean, it is a thing. That's not what we talking about. So we're not saying like, you got this racist person over here that's saying like, oh yeah, F them niggas, I got the right to, say what I want to say. No, motherfucker, that's not the issue at hand. You're not just gonna go out here and just call every black person you see a nigga because you feel like it's right. That's not what we saying. But those two things correlate to some point, and some people think they're the same. They're not. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. And that shit just always be on my mind a lot because people feel like that's the same. So, if I can speak my mind, why I can't speak my mind about these niggas? No, that's not it. No. Because, and then going back to sports, just recently, there was I think it was a college or a high school game going on. There was an announcer, announcing shit, whatever.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, there you are, and somebody singing the national anthem where the other team kneels. And he's like, they're kneeling? They don't respect the flag? Blah, blah, blah. He still just rambling off, forgetting the mic's on. He don't even realize the mic's on. He's like, fucking niggas. I was like,
oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So it's just shit like that. It's just like, that's why we kneel. Bullshit like that. That's why we kneel.
I'm triggered. I feel offended. That's crazy. That's worse than nappy-headed hoes, boy.
Straight past that shit. Just went straight to you.
And also, man, I don't know if people know, but I don't know if it was the Star Spangled Banner or the Pledge of Allegiance, man. Some of that stuff got cut short, man. It's a lot of stuff in there that's degrading to our black people in them songs, bro. So, like, if we kneel, like, why is it such a problem? Like, I don't get that. Like, we not disrespecting the flag. Like, do y'all know, like, what happened back then? Like, or y'all just forget about all of that? Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
well, they did read it from books written by /for certain people. But yeah, so that no, they don't know. No. Really, technically.
Got you.
But just, I mean, the topic in itself, man, it's just like, I just really want to understand how is that fair? I guess that's my whole thing. How is that fair? How is it fair for you to go in here and dominate? And, like I said before, these other women are struggling to get these scholarships for stuff that they can't get now. So I guess in a sense, do we want to say like, hey, instead of you getting a women's scholarship, can you get a trans women's scholarship? So therefore, these other women behind you that have been pushing to get that scholarship can get that scholarship.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that too.
But like I said, it's just a very thin line because at the end of the day, I understand it. You want to be identified as a woman, I get that. But you can't ignore what you have. You can't ignore what you naturally were born with. Even though apparently there's ways to mitigate that, I feel like at the end of the day, there's still that part of you. That's what you are.
Once that adrenaline hit, you acting out.
You're a whole man.
Hey, you acting out your
full-blown man.
Capability.
Full-blown man or full-blown female.
Lifting cars.
Yeah. Once that fight or flight thing hits, your whole capabilities of what you was born with is activated. I mean, that's just what it is. But
it is, ma'am.
What?
Man, godly. That happened. But anything more on the topic, Kelsey, from your standpoint?
No. It's just not fair.
Right.
It's not fair. See how else you can slice it.
Yeah.
So from a woman's perspective, I'm going to pull another one out. Because like I said, that was the whole goal tonight. I wanted to get more women involved because if y'all didn't notice, I'm wearing purple. I'm wearing purple for Women's Month. They call it Women's Day, but I'm going to say Women's Month. I So this what this kind of whole topic was surrounding was just women and women's rights and things like that nature. I just want to kind of dig into that topic and sponge on it and get that feedback as far as how they felt about it, because we can sit back and say we want to as men, but we're not women. We don't understand what it took for them to get to the place they are now, to be accepted the way they are now, to have their sports, to be dominated in their sports. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to call Serena, man, how she was dominating, in tennis and things like that, because Serena ain't small. This man,
brick house.
A whole lot of woman.
Brick.
That's a lot of woman.
Might.
Hey, land that. Oh, hang on.
y'all ain't shit. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to read this one real quick. This is from another viewer. She said, I do believe that, the bill is more catered to trans women than it is trans men, because women aren't crazy enough to think they can beat a man in sports. Which, I don't know. There's some women that want to go for gusto. I know there's some out there that want to go for gusto. I don't know if y'all remember that old commercial back in the day. Anything you can do, I can do better. It was going on. But she said, don't get me wrong. She said there's some G.I. Janes out there that will give a man a run for their money, but it's few and far. I'm sure trans, women understand they are biologically a female. I'm sure trans man understands they are biologically a female, and it would be a challenge for them. To me, a man's testosterone gives him that extra push needed when it comes to competition. Yeah. It's a sense of power that a trans man would ever experience. And the only reason she said that, because I had said previously, I said, do you think the new law is more in favor of trans women than trans men? I said, because to your point, as far as male hormones and testosterone, would a trans man be able to compete with the man? So that was her rebuttal when I hit her with that. Because like I said, this whole week I've been playing devil's advocate, because, I want to see how, different people think, whether you agree with it or whether you don't agree with it.
Oh, so where's the equality in that then?
And what?
If it's only catered to trans women?
I mean, but that's what we talked about earlier. Yeah. Like, it seems like it's more catered to trans women. Because in a sense, once they go over, they're dominated, versus a trans man, it might not be dominated in their sport. So it's almost in a sense going back to women's rights. Because for a while, men had rights, women didn't.
Yeah. So
you gonna tell me you're a man, you're transferring into a woman, and it's more of an advantage for you than it is for the woman that transferred into a man. So it just really goes back to that.
Yeah, but just cut out the other side, not give them the opportunities. Is that what? Is that? No. I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but it's like that's what is that what the motive is?
I mean, that's not what the motive, but it's
so who's really the ally?
When it comes to sports, basically when it comes to sport, it is more favored to trans women than it is trans men. Because can you literally see, okay, let's say a 5'8" woman who was born a woman who has changed into a man. Could you see that person going in the NBA and putting up points? I ain't even saying dominating. Can you see them putting up points like how Isaiah Thomas did?
No, but if they're not even gonna get the opportunity to try, you know what I'm saying?
If they make it to the level,
we're not saying
an NBA tryout is.
Yeah, you think they would be able to make it to a level? Well, maybe if they just had outstanding range or something like that.
They just need their foot in the door. But they're not even getting that.
At it, man, like if you look at it, like look at the WNBA's like 3-point shooting arc. Mm-hmm. It's not as far as a male's.
That is true.
You feel what I'm saying? So do you think a trans man would be able to come in and shoot the range that these men do from deep? Like, do you think it could
be coverage?
Do you think a trans man can come in there and do something?
NBA and WNBA.
Yeah. And then the ball size is different. WNBA's ball size is smaller than a male's ball size. So do you really think a trans man can come in?
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that.
Mm.
But if we're all talking about equality, then are they not just going to even get the chance to try?
Well, no, I never said
they probably will get a chance to try, but I don't think they'll make it.
But we're saying though, the whole law is only being in favor of trans women.
Taking the laws for both of them.
Yeah, it's for both of them. But to us, you know, the outside looking in, it looks like it's more favored to trans women than it is trans men.
Right, and that just goes back to what I said
with
about
the sports.
Men. Okay. Right, but that just goes back to what I said about men's and women's rights. I want to say it's been flipped, but hasn't really been flipped because if you're a man to transfer into a woman, it's more of an advantage to you. But if you're a woman to transfer into a man and you don't have that advantage, that's what I mean.
Your life just got triple hard. Like,
unless you just got lucky and became like a 7'2" woman, you know what I'm saying? And you transitioned to a man, and now you in the NBA, like, hey, give me that rebound move, nigga. Boom! You feel what I'm saying? Like,
that's one hell of a.
I'm saying because
you went from 6'8" to 5'9", 7'2". I'm just saying, like,
that's one hell of a growth.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a 7'2" female out there somewhere.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No, I've actually seen a video of one. She don't play sports though.
She don't look like she built to play sports.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, like being a giant and formed for athletics is freakish, which is why Jawanna is called the Greek freak.
Yeah.
Like usually when you got somebody sprouting that tall, their limbs are very elongated and very like
slim.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, man.
Giannis, that's what I'm saying. That's why
elongated too.
No, I'm saying like,
but
like
slim.
There's like very thin muscle there. Like it's freakish.
Yeah. So to have he came into the league, he was like that though.
I mean, no, he still had some meat on him though. Like he had. I'm not compared to what he is now, but he was more definition to him than what the average person of his height is. They're usually very slim, very slender. And so now, if you take that over, and you talk about men generally aren't formed like that, you take that over to women, if she get in the NBA, that's not gonna happen, bro.
And I'm not saying there ain't no women out there that can beat men in basketball, because there is. I'm just saying.
Mo used to give us buckets, boy.
You feel
that little dive through the garage door over with.
You take an all-star full of WNBA players and an all-star team full of NBA
they playing
players.
Middle schoolers.
And you feel me? NBA players are pretty much probably going to wash their ass. You feel what I'm saying? Because the skill, like WNBA players are more fundamental. Don't get me wrong, but NBA, man, them athletic freaks, man. That's a different breed, bro. Like. It's a different breed of skill and a different breed of like athleticism. Like you can't compete with that, man. Like I said, it's just not fair. Like I don't.
Can't feasibly see.
It's not for me. It ain't for me, dog. It ain't for me.
Gotcha.
All right, Randy
It's
Jackson.
a no for me.
It's a no for me, dog. No, it was there, but it wasn't there.
I think we did well as far as trying to, keep the topic where it is and not over, what's the word?
Not get canceled.
Over criticize. That's what I'm gonna say.
That too.
That's what I'm gonna say.
We were very sensitive.
Yeah. I tried to get some people to call in, but I got my phone recorded and the tablet can only do so much. But I mean. Regardless, sticking to the topic, I think we had a good discussion. So I did want to bring back up though the whole, getting a child at a young age thing. So I know someone pretty much brought it up, like in a sense, it would kind of be self-mutilation. What are y'all thoughts?
Right. That transitioning would be self-mutilation
at a young age.
Yes.
I mean,
would agree.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an argument there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I say that because I would really like to look into, people that done it at a young age and, now they regret it. Like I said, even before the beginning of this, it's not, demonizing anybody that, decides they want to do that. That's your body. You do what you want to with it. I can't, put you in a hell of heaven. But I say that because I just don't seem right to me. I just someone you got some.
I was about to say, shoot, for me in my household, and I'm pretty sure my wife would probably agree with it, maybe. But like as far as like, let's say our daughter came up to us and was like, you know what, y'all, you feel me? I'm tired of being a girl. I want to identify as a boy. Well, for me, what I'm going to say is, well, as long as you're under this household, you're going to be identified as a girl. But when you turn 18 and get up out of here, or however long it takes you to get up out of the crib, like you can be 25, I don't care, you're going to be a girl until you leave. Once you leave, you can feel free to do whatever you want, baby. But like,
I ain't paying for no surgery,
no surgery. I'm not buying you boy clothes. I don't even get like straight female. You getting dresses, skirts, and leggings, all of that. Like,
once she decides she just borrows some of your clothes,
she can't.
Borrow. I didn't say you can have my clothes.
How you gonna borrow? You go to school before I go to work. I work night shift. What's up? What's up? You ain't coming to my room getting nothing about stuff. You borrow from your friends. As long as you in this household, straight female. I don't care. I don't care if you buy your own clothes and you studding it up. You still gonna be daddy little baby. I'm gonna call you Zay. I'm not calling you X. I'm not calling you Xavier. I'm not calling you none of that. I'm calling you no Zay. Well, we already call it Zay. We already call it Zay.
That's already messed up.
Yeah, so you feel me? We already call it Zay. But if she was to, you know what I'm saying, want to be like transition to a male, I bet I won't call her Zay no more. It's gonna be Rose. Hey Rose. Ivy, Rose, what's up? Like, you fit. Yes, or I'm gonna just call her straight Zaya because it ain't gonna be no Zaya at that point because you like it. You like that name. Oh, they sound like a boy name to you. All right, guess what, Rose?
Wait.
Bump that, bro.
Wait. So what you saying is, if she like being called Zay, you gonna purposely call her Rose?
Rose, yes, bro. Or Zaya, like nah, bro, like nah. As long as you in this household,
you still my baby girl.
You my baby girl, and I don't even care if you out of this household. Like every time you come over here, I don't care if you had a sex change or none of that. Guess what? Your name gonna be Rose, and you still gonna be my baby girl. I don't care if you got a whole beard. Like you got a whole beard.
I'm gonna call her by her name too. I'm gonna call you what I named you.
Exactly,
I'm
bro.
call you what I birthed you.
And guess what?
Love you. And that's never gonna change, but
and guess what? You forever gonna be in my prayers, like baby. Because hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you'll turn.
I will pray.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep praying. Like, but I ain't gonna try to force you to change because you're your own person.
You know, you have a son or a child who sells drugs. You don't agree with it. You don't support it. You don't encourage it, but you love them. I don't agree with it. I don't encourage it. I'm not for that. But I still love you. So I'm not. Same as say, oh, you know, he sells weed or you know. He does that, or he does this, or she's a prostitute, or whatever.
Yeah, I'ma still love you.
Still love him the same. Just don't like. I just don't agree with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Rose.
So I'm gonna call you what I've been calling you.
I'm gonna say this: I ain't disputing it, but at the same time, I don't want my child to feel like I don't accept them.
Oh no,
that's my thing.
She's gonna know that I accept her.
Like exactly. She
but
gonna know
I
that.
I don't have to agree with your lifestyle.
He's going to know that you accept him.
She's gonna know that I accept her because I'm not gonna treat her any different. But you can't force someone to accept your lifestyle. You can't.
I still shoot. You want to go outside and shoot hoops?
Like if you had a daughter and she became a porn star, you're not gonna agree with that. As a father, you're not gonna agree with that. You're not gonna want that. But you're still going to love them and you're gonna make sure they feel accepted.
Unconditionally, but kiss on the cheek, baby. Just a kiss on the cheek.
People confuse it to a lot. They think because that you don't agree with it or do what they want you to do or feel how you want them to feel about it, they feel like you're not accepting it, and that's not true. That's not what it is.
I'm gonna love her with open arms, no matter what she's doing.
Yeah, I really don't care
no matter what she's doing. Like,
and you know what? I guess in a sense I get that, man. Cause like when I was coming up, you know, a lot of people I worked with, a lot of females that you know. That were lesbian or whatever, you know, walked around, you know, had a moniker of a dude, you know, clothes, swag, all that, or whatever. But when you come to me, you come to speak to me, I gave you a hug.
Nice.
They used to hate that shit too, but they couldn't do nothing about it. I'm like, what's up, man? They put their hand out.
What's going on? What's up, Samantha? What's up?
I mean, I guess in a sense I get it, you know, in a way, you know. So yeah, I definitely with that person, like, yeah, I get what you trying to identify. I understand you trying to be hard, but you gonna come over here and give me this hug.
You gonna get the hug instead of this handshake. It's you. Like you a whole female still to me. I don't see you as a dude. I can identify you as a whole dude, but guess what? You still a whole female to me. Come here. What's up?
Yeah, you can't force anything. You can't force anybody to see it in the way that you see it.
True.
You can't.
True. I mean, and then, you know, I ain't gonna get into it. I'll hold that for the next episode. Yeah, I'll hold it for the next episode.
We didn't want to know anyway, man.
I just was going.
The camera's gonna go off.
Yeah. I mean, I was just gonna mirror it to religion. I mean, we're about to wrap up anyway, but I was just gonna mirror it to, you know, religion. Like, you know, some people have it in their ways where, oh, I'm gonna force you to think the way I think. You can't force nobody to think the way you gonna think or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Either they gonna. We had an episode previously.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the next one, right?
Well, sort of. I'll explain more later.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, it is gonna pretty much be a sequel to our last episode, which was Meet Me at the Pool Bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that camera's going off, but that one's still on.
Okay.
Gotcha, mug. You thought you got me.
Everybody said that like, go on.
Damn. Oh, that flip like that.
Damn.
Let me go over there and put that together. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all don't get it. We done been through a lot of things as far as cameras going off and things, and that just it's a hard topic. I'm gonna tell my story soon. But anyways, I mean, yeah. So I mean, that's definitely mirrored to it or whatever. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you know, everyone's not gonna believe what you believe in. You know, everybody's not gonna think the way you think. But you know, you can't do nothing but still love people and just you know, be a person. You know, because I've been in churches to where it's just like, oh, you know, this person is this person that. I've had family members who are like, oh, this person that, this person this. We can't mess with them like that no more. They're still families, though, right?
People, you
still,
know, they didn't change.
Yeah,
you know?
they're still a person. You know, and I think that's the biggest takeaway I want to take from this or whatever. At the end of the day, people are still people and they deserve to be treated as such. You know, I'm not going to treat anybody as less whatever you identify with. That's not in me to do. I'm not that type of person or whatever. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, all I can do is continue to love you. And my love isn't, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? My love is not a contradicting love. It's not love like, yeah, I love you, but you need to change. No, it's like I love you. You know, I don't necessarily get what you're going through. I don't necessarily understand why you chose what you've chosen, but I still love you. At the end of the day, you know, all I want to do is receive that same love for you and know that I'm here for you and things of that nature, whatever. But I think for the most part, you know, what we were able to muster up, what we were able to kind of tone down, I believe this was a pretty decent episode. I don't think we're going to get canceled.
I told you we wasn't going to get canceled.
Because there was, you know what, now probably that.
You blew it.
You just made some goddamn finish line. But, you know, I do appreciate everyone that was able to come out today because they didn't have to come, but they did. This has definitely been another good episode of The Corner. I hope some people were able to take some things away from it. And if you got questions, comments, concerns, hit us with it. You know, because I definitely want to hear other points of view. We've been going strong with this for about almost 9 months now.
Damn.
Yeah. And we almost halfway through season 3.
We got a whole baby.
Whole business. So. All right. But,
I'm ready to pop. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Got it.
6 million viewers overnight.
Yeah, this happened, bro. Oh shit. My God.
This video?
No, I'm saying, because he was like, we got a whole baby, like, ready to pop. You know what I'm saying? You know, I said, pop, blow up.
How controversial it was.
That's why I was like, all right, now. Woohoo.
It didn't lie.
Right. But this has definitely been another great episode of The Corner. This has been episode 24. This one was entitled Jawanna, Mann. So, you know, I definitely hope y'all was able to take something from it. Like I said before, you got any questions, comments, concerns, hit us with it. Please. You know, if we missed the mark, let us know. If we was on point, let us know. Hell, if you just didn't like it, at least hit the dislike button. You know, do something. Let us know you're there.
Feedback works.
Participation.
You want to
Like,
go
it's the
outside
same
and
as
shoot hoops?
like if you had a daughter and she
You know
became a
what I'm saying?
porn star, you're not going to agree with that. As a father, you're not going to agree with that. You're not going to want that. But you're still going to love them and you're going to make sure they feel
Unconditionally, but kiss on the
People
cheek,
confuse
baby.
it
Just a
too.
kiss on the cheek.
People confuse it too a lot. They think because that you don't agree with it or do what they want you to do or feel how you want them to feel about it, they feel like you're not accepting it, and that's not true. That's not what it is.
I'm gonna love her with open arms, no matter what she's doing.
Yeah,
like,
I really don't care
what she's doing. Like,
and then, you know what? I guess in a sense I get that, man. Because like when I was coming up, a lot of people I worked with, a lot of females that that were lesbian or whatever, walked around, had the moniker of a dude, clothes, swag, all that or whatever. But when you come to me, you come to speak to me, I gave you a hug.
Thanks.
They used to hate that shit too, but they couldn't do nothing about it. I'm like, what's up, man? They put their hand out.
What's going on? What's up, Samantha? Shoot. What's up?
I mean, I guess in a sense I get it, in a way, so yeah, I definitely with that person, like, yeah, I get what you're trying to identify. I understand you trying to be hard, but you gonna come over here and give me this hug.
You gonna get the hug instead of this handshake. It's you. Like, you a whole female. Wow. Still, to me, I don't see you as a dude. I can identify you as a whole dude, but guess what? You still a whole female to me. Come here. What's up?
Yeah, you can't. Another thing, you can't force anybody to see it in the way that you see it.
True.
You can't.
True. I mean, and then I ain't gonna get into it. I'll hold that for the next episode. Yeah, I'll hold it for the next episode.
We didn't want to know anyway, man.
I just was going.
The camera's gonna go off.
Yeah. I mean, I was just gonna mirror it to religion. I mean, we're about to wrap up anyway, but I was just gonna mirror it to religion. Like, some people have it in their ways where, I'm gonna force you to think the way I think. You can't force nobody to think the way you gonna think or whatever.
Oh yeah,
either they gonna. We had an episode previously.
Yeah, but it's gonna be the next one, right?
Well, sort of. I'll explain more later.
Okay.
But yeah, sort of. Yeah, I mean, it is going to pretty much be a sequel to our last episode, which was me being in the pool pit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that camera's going off, but that one's still on.
Okay.
Gotcha, mug. You thought you got me.
Everybody said that go off.
I had to put let me go there and put that together. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all don't get it. We done been through a lot of things as far as cameras going off and things of that nature. It's a hard topic. Yeah. I'm gonna tell my story soon. But anyways, I mean, yeah. So I mean, that's definitely mirrored to it or whatever. Because I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's not gonna believe what you believe in. Everybody's not gonna think the way you think. But you can't do nothing but still love people and just be a person. Because I've been in churches to where it's just like, this person is this person. I've had family members that like, this person that, this person this. We can't mess with them like that no more. They're still families,
still
right?
People, they didn't change.
Yeah, they're still a person, and I think that's the biggest takeaway I want to take from this or whatever. At the end of the day, people are still people, and they deserve to be treated as such. I'm not gonna treat anybody as less whatever you identify with. That's not in me to do. I'm not that type of person, whatever. But at the end of the day, all I can do is continue to love you. And my love isn't, what's the word I'm looking for? My love is not a contradicting love. It's not a love like, I love you, but you need to change. No, it's like I love you. I don't necessarily get what you're going through. I don't necessarily understand why you chose what you've chosen, but I still love you. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, all I want to do is receive that same love for you and know that I'm here for you and things of that nature, whatever. But I think for the most part, what we were able to muster up, what we were able to kind of tone down, I believe this was a pretty decent episode. I don't think we're going to get canceled.
I told you it wasn't going to be
canceled. Because there was no way. Now, probably that.
You blew it.
You just made some goddamn finish line. But, I do appreciate everyone that was able to come out today because they didn't have to come, but they did. This has definitely been another good episode of The Corner. I hope some people are able to take some things away from it. And if you got questions, comments, concerns, hit us with it, because I definitely want to hear other points of view. We've been going strong with this for about almost 9 months now.
Damn.
Yeah. And we almost halfway through with season 3.
We got a whole baby.
Whole business. So. All right. But,
I'm ready to pop. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
6 million viewers overnight.
Yeah, this happened, bro. I'm shit. My job.
This video?
know what I'm saying? Because it was like, we got a whole baby and like ready to pop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Pop, blow up.
Controversial.
That's why I was just like, all right. Woo-hoo. Woo. Right. But this has definitely been another great episode of The Corner. This has been episode 24. This one was entitled Jawanna, Mann. So, I definitely hope y'all was able to take something from it. Like I said before, you got any questions, comments, concerns, hit us with it. Please. If we missed the mark, let us know. If we was on point, let us know. Hell, if you just didn't like it, at least hit the dislike button. Do something. Let us know you did.
Feedback works.
Participation is
very
key.
much so. Yeah, very much. Yeah, I don't care. My phone's still
That
on.
the phone's still
But just to end out, we're gonna go from our right. This is
Mac.
Kill.
K1.
So,
Anthony.
This has been another episode of The Corner. We thank y'all for coming out. Have a great night. Peace.
peace.
Cover your six.
I think I'm about to start doing like a little nickname for myself.
Mac.
Kill.
K1.
So,
Anthony.
This has been another episode of The Corner. We thank y'all for coming out. Have a great night. Peace.
peace.
Cover your six.
I think I'm about to start doing like a little nickname for myself instead of Silk.
Silk
Like,
is
why not
fine,
Smooth?
bro.
Man? Like Smooth, this your boy Smooth, you feel me?
I'll call you
Silk is synonymous with smooth though.
Like your boy Smooth. Yeah,
He
but
said that
Silk
shit
is
last
just-
time. Like, I want to be called Smooth.
Yeah, like, Silk is just like
Silk
my
is
name, you feel me?
Yeah,
But
but
not
it's
everybody-
a unique name.
What
Like,
you
I
think- what-
have a
okay,
unique middle name.
Okay. Hold on. Mac, when you said this is, what did you say? You said Toronto Mac.
I said Mac.
Okay.
They calling him
Kelsey.
But y'all always call me.
Kelsey, when you was ending it, did you say this is Kale or did you say this is Kelsey?
Short version of Kelsey.
Yeah, she said Kale.
Short
Did
version.
you say Vince or the K1?
My middle name, K1.
Okay. He said his real name. But we ain't getting into that.
But these ain't names that we made up.
Tony, say and I'm gonna say Smooth. Bump that. Shoot, everybody got their little nickname with the crew. Except me and Tony.
But y'all always call me Mac though.
We feel left out.
Where you at?
You feel left out. He's been alright.
I mean, I had to create my own nickname too, so.
Y'all never call me Teron. I mean, y'all a couple
I called
times,
you
but
Teron, bro.
a couple
I
times.
called you
but-
Sharon like in the early stage, but other than that,
Yeah, you know,
It's always
yeah,
been
it's,
D-Mac for me.
yeah,
Hey, it's been a while since I called you
supposed to
T-Mac.
be on my side.
Facts, it actually has.
Feel
Hey,
left
you
out.
ain't
Okay then.
Who the hell
What's my name? What's my name in the
Yeah,
chat?
don't.
What's my name in the chat? Okay, so you can't blame
But
that.
that's the chat.
You be
But he said y'all be roasting him in the chat.
No, y'all motherfuckers call me racist.
But that
You are.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
You don't like white people. It's okay.
No, I don't like Billie Eilish. That's why.
Don't put
That's where all this shit come from.
Don't put he ain't gonna get sued by
She
Billie
make
Eilish.
horrible music.
Then don't like
I'm
the
definitely
music.
putting this I'm definitely putting this in the outtakes.
going on.
I try to give her a chance, but she makes ASMR music.
You're racist.
What's
But
ASMR?
you know-
Hey, what is ASMR?
What'd you say, motherfucker? What'd you say?
Some people be eating. on
What'd you
the
say?
phone, Like sounds of people eating.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
I don't really get.
I don't understand that either. It's annoying.
Sounds like you're eating in my ear.
Like
I
people
don't-
like that stuff. Like,
That's
people
what
like
Billie Eilish does.
Yeah, some people like really
people who
like that stuff.
eat over microphones. Just, the sound of people eating, the sound of people
People like that.
Or
Some
just
people get off
whispering.
on that.
chewing. Yeah, it's
Like it all.
Yes, like it.
And then
all.
That's what Billie Eilish does.
just all in my mouth.
No, bro. Billie Eilish don't do that.
She does.
She be starting to do it.
No, but I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying when she sings, it sounds like she's whispering in the mic.
So what about Yin? So what about Yin Yang Twins?
It'd be
Yeah, so
sometimes.
that was one song.
But it was
my nigga.
whispering though.
One
But you-
song. One song.
fuck
She
with
has
it
a
though, right?
whole
But you fuck
catalog
with it though, right?
for one song.
But you fuck with it
Yes.
though, right?
One song.
She ain't whispering and you should
One
see me in a crown.
song.
You should see me in the crown.
But she ain't singing either.
I
So?
mean, but she sings in a
I'm
lot of
make
her
'em
songs.
bow
so it's
one
like
by
she-
one by one. Yeah, that bird. I said what's the call?
Bad guy. She wasn't
With
whispering.
the fire that you started.
that you're a man?
Oh I think before I...
Why do you know?
Or whatever that.
Well,
Because it's on the radio. Because it's on the radio.
Yeah, you be jamming to it in your whip.
Apparently you heard that. You were whispering that, man.
I can't play my CDs.
Nah, man,
in my
you be
car.
blasting
That's
that
why.
shit on level. What's the highest level that go on your CD player?
Mute.
Thingy? Nah, hell nah. It be
Should
on
be on
level.
mute.
It be on level 53. It be
Yeah, I
on
promise
53,
you I
and
don't.
you be
I
blasting that
promise you I
shit.
don't.
Speakers be shaking.
No, it don't. No, my speakers be crying because of that shit.
You heard something? You know it word for
You
word.
heard something.
That's just a chorus.
You knew that bar, bro.
Because it's a chorus. Everybody knows
Which
the
means you
chorus.
had to listen
I
to it
don't-
long enough to learn that part of the chorus. So we ain't trying to hit.
It's a
He a Billie
chorus.
Eilish fan, y'all.
Nigga,
He love
a
it.
5-year-old
Low
could
key.
know that.
I ain't trying to hear that.
Low
I
key.
ain't trying to hear that. You a Billie Eilish fan?
Billie Eilish trash.
And
She's trash.
You a Billie Eilish fan?
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
But we can't call Jay-Z trash, though.
Because he's not. I mean, because he's not.
I'm not gonna call him trash.
He damn sure ain't
thank
that.
you.
He
He's
ain't,
not.
he ain't a better lyricist than Biggie. I see
He
that
is.
shit you put on
He
Facebook.
is.
He damn
He's
sure
a
ain't.
He damn sure
He damn
is.
sure ain't.
He is.
Nigga is not no better
Yeah,
lyricist
he
than
is.
Biggie.
Biggie could never do it.
Nah, Jay-Z could never do what Biggie did,
He
man.
could never.
Nigga said he made people break fast like flapjacks and bacon. Backspins the windmills,
Trash.
who's still the ill thinker, gin drinker.
That
Explode
was
when the
trash.
paper hits the pen. Get the gangster chronicles.
Trash.
Turn to page 666. Holocaust, Vic the merciless. Niggas press they luck in, they get a butt fucking straight up the
Gay.
Straight up the ass, raw dog. I don't fuck with
Suspect.
Hey, Biggie did say a lot of suspect shit, but the nigga
You
can
look
flow.
so good, huh? I suck on your daddy's dick.
I'm like, whoa, Biggie. What hey, he did hang with Diddy. He did hang.
Damn.
Man, let me go ahead and let y'all know
Jay-Z
something.
ain't never did no shit like
Jay-Z's album. I'm talking about the last
Huh?
time you said, you know what? Let me listen to some motherfucking Jay-Z.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, American
You
Gangster.
lying. You lying.
American
you lying.
Gangster.
What song?
It was American
What
Gangster,
song?
nigga, the whole
What song?
album.
I ain't trying to hear that shit. No, duh, that's why I said what song? What song of American
He said he
Gangster?
listened
The
to
whole
I ain't trying to hear that
album.
shit.
So I mean,
Hey, there's a song on there called No Hook.
Hook.
That shit right.
Yeah, that's
No, I need no hook for this shit.
That
I
is
fuck
good.
with that, Jay-Z
Yeah, that
song.
is good.
Hey, he went hard.
You don't like ignorant shit either though? Like, what? That was
I'm just saying, man. Jay-Z flow be off to me, Mac. Sometimes he
Biggie
have
flow
a
be
good.
off to me.
No, it's
So
not.
No.
His
Yeah,
flow
yeah.
always is
Biggie
like a
got one
smooth
flow.
ass
Biggie got
saxophone
one of
on
those
that.
flows out there.
Man, Biggie flow ain't never been off. Don't you lie
party
to
and
yourself.
bullshit.
I was a terrorist since the purr school era.
no, once
Back
it
in
really
class,
fine.
classes, we used to add-
Once he got to rapping,
Party
that shit was slick.
I was a terrorist since the public school
I'm not.
era.
No, I'm not saying it's
Back
from
in
fire,
classes,
but I'm
cutting
saying
classes,
that wasn't
squeezing
all.
asses, smoking
That wasn't
blunts
all.
was a daily routine.
No.
Since 13.
That
A
wasn't
chubby
all.
nigga on the scene. Come
That
on,
was
bro.
all.
I used to have the what he said. I used to have a great goose in the.
I'm not
deuce,
saying
deuce
his
in my
lyrical
bubble goose,
ability
in the
was
double yak in my
trash.
knapsack, lounging black. Come on,
Well,
no.
See, but I
His
can't.
rap
flow was
pattern,
five.
his rap
But I can't
pattern
remember
was
a Jay-Z
all
lyric.
over the place.
It was five,
Because you
man.
refuse to listen
I
to Jay-Z.
no, I
That's why
listen
you
to Jay-Z.
don't.
I've listened to Jay-Z, but I can't remember a lyric off the top like I can Biggie.
Facts. And I listened to Jay-Z a little bit.
I listened to Renegade. I remember Eminem's part more.
I can remember a chorus.
Renegade don't even count because
How's that not
that wasn't even Jay-Z's song to begin with. That
That
was
was the album,
M
right?
and that was M and Royce's song.
That was the album, right?
Fine, because Jay-Z bought it.
Yeah, but it was on the
Eminem
album.
killed Jay-Z.
No,
on
because that
this
shit was
song.
pre-recorded.
Nah,
That
I
shit
ain't
don't
trying to
count.
hear that.
That shit don't count.
He
That shit was
killed his
pre-recorded.
ass in this song.
Put it on track. You should have put it on
Like,
there.
I'm a
You should have put it
renegade.
on
That shit was
there.
pre-recorded.
You should have put it on there.
Eminem didn't even
Ain't no
film
way
that
I'm gonna
shit.
have a nigga out rap me on my album. Like that
He
shit.
did
don't
out
make
rap.
sense.
This shit was already recorded,
I'm trying to
man.
hear it, bro. Eminem killed
It wasn't even
his
the
ass.
song,
Killed his
man.
ass.
Renegade.
Y'all listen to music or y'all just skim through it.
I listen.
Jay-Z said that shit. Oh, you do remember that?
I remember that part. That's the only
remember
5 lines he had.
You want to know what I don't remember from Jay-Z?
I don't care.
Big pimpin'. This shit be saying.
Fucking
Big
trash.
pimpin', like this.
Y'all trash.
Big pimpin' in the NYC.
Really? Where I'm from? Y'all don't know that song?
Be with me. Hey, man, you tripping. Hey,
Y'all tripping.
that song was swagged out. I like that Jay-Z song. Hey.
Shit, I remember that song with him and Pharrell. What was that one? When he
Shut
trying to get a
the
girl.
fuck
When he trying to get a girl.
What was that song called?
You talking about
What?
yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I like girls. I do it. Nah, you don't fuck with that. You ain't like that song, bro? You ain't like that song?
Y'all like every other song but his shit they actually rap on.
That shit was mainstream.
But y'all don't listen to the album.
I don't fuck with this flow, bro.
He's just not on the same level.
It's just same as Rollo. Like a lot of people like Rollo, but I don't like Rollo's voice.
I can't really get
Oh damn, you don't know who Rollo is? Yeah, he sucks. He's
like,
hilarious.
I used to work with his manager.
Oh, okay.
I can see levels of deprivation. Don't talk to me. Cannibalism, animals, and exorcism. Cannibals having sex with them, mammals, rabbits, and ambers. But I don't get into that. I kick the habit. I just beat you to death with weapons that equal to flesh, and I never eat you unless the fucking meat gets fresh. I got a wine in my pocket. I'm whining. I got a knife. Eminem was killing that shit. And baby, I just dying to cock it. Who's ready for war? I'm ready for war. I got machetes and swords for anybody who said they was wrong.
I'm sorry. I remember 5 lyrics. I'm sorry.
5 lyrics.
You're not saying Jay-Z ain't 5. He just not our cup of tea.
He's not on Biggie level
at all. Like,
I know he's above Biggie's level.
Shit, way below Biggie's level.
I won't agree with you with that.
I can't.
That's my opinion. I don't agree.
You riding that track on
Tupac a better lyricist than Jay-Z. Tupac is a way better lyricist than Jay-Z.
He's a better artist.
He's a better lyricist too.
So wait. So you agree that he's a better artist? Tupac is a better artist than Jay-Z, but you won't agree that Biggie
lyricism as an MC. Pac wasn't really an MC though.
We're not talking about that though.
Yeah, we are.
No. You said artist. I'm talking about Pac as an artist. So you say he's a better artist, but not a better lyricist.
I would, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I still gotta talk to Matt.
It's a better. Yeah. Pac is a better artist than Jay-Z. I will agree with that.
So Biggie is not a better artist than Jay-Z, and he's not a better lyricist than Jay-Z.
Biggie is definitely a better artist than Jay-Z. No. With his only 2 albums, it's way better than anything Jay-Z has ever put out.
You gotta get off the favorite. Man, look, he died.
Crazy Bone. Crazy Bone is a better lyricist than Jay-Z.
Man.
You love Crazy Bone.
Crazy Bone is a better lyricist than
We're
Jay-Z.
not talking about Crazy Bone.
Oh, so you don't want to talk about Crazy?
No,
that's not
lyricism.
Jay-Z, Notorious B.I.G.
No.
Okay, well,
we talking about Crazy Bone right now.
So Crazy Bone ain't a better lyricist than Jay-Z?
We're not talking about
But
him.
answer the question.
We're not talking about him.
I would rather listen to Jadakiss than Jay-Z.
I know you're lying.
You're
lying.
I can't give you one
That's the only lyric I can give you, son. That's the only lyric I can give you.
No. Is your phone still recording?
Yep.
Oh,
it's been recording this whole time.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Got you.
So everybody know that
everybody get fucking ass. But
okay,
gotcha. Jay-Z trash, so they can see that in the bloopers too.
I
don't know. I did like that goddamn song he had with Kanye. That what was it? Otis Redding that.
Yeah, that what you need. So that song is fire too, but. You need to listen
I listen to Jay-Z.
No, you don't.
I like the Black album.
No,
I like the Black album.
Do you?
Yes, I like the Black album.
You swear I listen to all his albums.
Do you?
Really? I've listened to.
I have not listened to all his albums, but me personally, like I told you, I cannot get with Jay-Z's flow. I can't get with his flow at all. He may be a good lyricist, bro, but his flow is off to me. The shit is off. I don't fuck with it. I do not fuck with Jay-Z's flow. Sometimes I can be listening to Jay-Z and he be flowing on the beat and I be like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? But then at other times, nah, bro, cause he be off, man. The beat don't be matching with his flow. But there's some beats, I be like, oh shit, this nigga just ripped this shit. Okay, Jay-Z. Right. Like, so I give him his props, bro. I just don't fuck with his flow. Jay-Z reminds me of Truth. And Truth is a sucky ass artist off of dope lyrics. But
I don't even know who Truth is, so I'm not even gonna give you that. I'm not even gonna give you that.
Look, bro,
no.
Jay-Z can rap. He's just, I don't like his flow. That's just me.
Yeah, I never said
I'm not saying he can't rap. I'm just saying he ain't better than Biggie in my eyes. He ain't better than Tupac in my eyes.
Y'all say
Biggie.
No, I ain't saying Biggie. I said I don't like his flow.
No, what I said was I said Jay-Z wasn't better than Biggie. That's what I said.
Jay-Z is a storyteller.
J. Cole gonna go down.
Yeah, I can't sit there and just listen to some Jay-Z saying it's a storyteller. The only thing I remember him storytelling about was when he shot his brother or some shit like that. And I remember that.
Jay-Z.
But he's not storytelling to me.
J. Cole will go down
Drake,
as a better
Andre
artist.
3 Stacks is a better storyteller.
Stacks.
it.
Whoa,
3
Stacks.
Stacks not?
So I'm watching
3
her.
Stacks not?
Look, this is the whole story right here.
Stop it.
So I am watching her fine ass walk to the
Stop
bedroom
it.
and thought to myself,
Stop
man,
it.
that's the shape of things to come. She say, why in the
Watch
club you don't make it precipitate? You know,
Yes,
make it
I know the
rain
song.
when you can
I
make it
understand the
thunderstorm.
song. I
I'm like,
understand the
why?
song.
The world needs
I
sun.
fully
The
understand the
hood
song.
needs fun. There's a war going on, and half the
Yeah,
battle
that
is
was
guns.
fun. I get
How
it.
dare I throw it on the floor? When people
We
are
know
full.
the song, Silk.
Okay.
I
We
got
just,
it.
I mean, what we saying though?
He's telling
That's
the
the
whole
story. He's telling the whole story. I don't get that vibe from Jay-Z.
at all.
Jay-Z, where I'm from, that's a whole story of where he's from. Marcy Projects.
That song sucks dick.
I didn't say that.
Lying.
I didn't say it sucks dick. I didn't say it sucks dick. But
You lying.
Nah, bro, but Jay-Z, it's the flow for me, bro. That's all I'm saying. It's the flow.
I guess, man.
It's the flow.
because we've even had conversations about Nas and Jay-Z, and I would pick Nas.
I would definitely pick Nas over Jay-Z. Rewind itself is better than everything Jay-Z's put out.
Oh, why are you capping so
Come on,
hard,
bro.
my
So why you acting like Rewind wasn't fire?
I'm not saying that, but you saying that's better than everything that Jay-Z done
Come
put
on,
out.
every
I'm
single
just saying
thing
the
that
beef
Jay-Z
alone,
put out.
like when Nas dropped his track, I was like,
Fuck
damn.
Jay-Z.
He said your dick sucking lips. I'm like, nigga, yo.
Niggas say this shit all the time. Like,
About who?
about anybody when you diss him. Come on now, like really?
Look,
Who else
we
said
really
somebody-
gonna do this?
Who else
We
said
really
somebody
gonna
had
do
dick
this?
sucking lips?
All I'm saying
Who else
We
said
really gonna
somebody
do
had dick
All
sucking
I'm
lips?
saying
We really gonna do this?
is-
Or just some variation of saying, "Ha, you suck dick." When you just
What-
joning.
what
When
I'm
you
That's
just
different.
joning.
That's different though. When
So
you suck
we
dick, you got
really
dick sucking
gonna
lips.
act like that?
When everybody's career is all said and done, J. Cole gonna be a better lyricist and artist than Jay-Z. Thank you.
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
Jay-Z hasn't. I mean, J. Cole
J.
hasn't
Cole
put
is
out a whack
storyteller.
album
No.
yet. Jay-Z put out a couple of whack albums.
KOD was not necessarily a.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't whack.
Nope.
The album wasn't whack, man.
Well,
I'm not saying it was.
Like I said, it was a little weird at first.
Yeah,